Parliament's Powers and Privilege Committee is continuing its hearing against 3 EFF members of Parliament. They've pleaded not guilty to charges of contempt of Parliament. Yazeed Kamaldien has been following proceedings for us, and you're joining us for an update. Yazeed, good afternoon.
Want to move the mics as well.
Be with you. I'm standing inside the room where the committee has been listening to the EFF members, and I'd like to now interview Nazir Paulson. He's one of the accused EFF members. Nazir, welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Good afternoon and thank you.
Nazir, today we saw that 3 members of the EFF pleaded not guilty to contempt of Parliament. Can you tell me a bit about that? What is your opinion on this matter?
Well, we've gone through the rules of Parliament and we know that we have not acted outside of those rules, and whoever is bringing the charges doesn't have an understanding of those rules.
The committee itself is comprised of political members of Parliament. Tell me about the process. How do you feel about the process that is being undertaken here?
The process, the incident is alleged to have occurred on the 30th of November 2022, or 30th of August 2022, sorry. So on 30th of August 2022, within 30 days after that, the aggrieved person has to lodge a complaint or a grievance with the Rules Committee, and that was done. And the Rules Committee then sends the case to the Powers and Privileges Committee. That was done. The Powers and Privileges Committee has since taken almost a year to charge the members for any wrongdoing, and that is questionable as to why wait until October, November 2023 to charge members on something that occurred on the 30th of August 2022. The committee itself, the Powers and Privileges Committee, comprises mainly ANC and DA members, so they could make a decision that the party that the DA has declared enemy number 1 can be treated unfairly.
Mm-hmm. You said that you are not guilty of contempt of Parliament. Was it your intention on the 30th of August 2022 to disrupt the President's question session?
Not at all. We raised certain issues, and those issues were still under discussion when a group of Parliamentary Protection Services ascended on members of the EFF. Now, that is ridiculous. I think what the Speaker has done, she's been the cause of Parliament degenerating into a state of chaos simply because she does not understand the rules of Parliament, number 1. Number 2, whichever rules she does understand, she does not apply it fairly and she does not apply it consistently. So the Speaker is questionable. We would have liked her to have appeared physically as a witness. She will not be appearing physically as a witness, and that in itself tells us that she doesn't have a case. So, firstly, she doesn't have a case, and secondly, if we are found guilty, it's simply part of the ANC and the DA's political campaign to silence the EFF.
But Nazir, this is not the only matter against the EFF. There was also the incident at the State of the Nation address earlier this year, and EFF members have actually been found guilty of contempt of Parliament in that case as well. The ruling or the outcome of that is that they should be suspended in February without pay, and they should also apologize to the whole of South Africa in front of Parliament. So, I mean, what's happening with that?
Well, the matter is being taken to the High Court, and everyone knows it's quite ridiculous. A man holding up a poster cannot be a threat to anyone. You've got your arms in the air, you're holding a poster. Who are you threatening? You're protesting. Parliament is the highest stage for protest for the grievances and the problems we have within this country. And our members have done nothing wrong. It is simply, once again, this Parliament wanting to shield the President of South Africa from accountability.
And just can you elaborate on the point you made about being silenced in Parliament? Are you saying that the ANC and the DA, are you saying this is part of a strategy to silence the EFF in Parliament?
Well, the EFF has been most vocal about the atrocities of the ANC government, and when you use or abuse the parliamentary rules to silence members, it could only be so that you can shield the ANC and especially the ANC president from accountability. And these are questions that the public and the voters out there want to know. It goes around the issue of the Phala problem or the Phala issue, and the president must account and tell us, where does the money come from? Why can he be the only citizen in this country that is allowed to hold so much foreign currency without having to declare it and get away with it?
Now I have to ask you another question. The witness that was heard here today said that questions to Parliament and to the President are submitted before the actual verbal presentation of those questions. And he also said that MPs, when they ask the question, should stick to the subject matter. Now, do you think that the EFF maybe has a different interpretation or understanding of these rules?
Well, you know, Yazeed, if on a day, if I decide that I'm going to be asking the President this question, right? It's important at that time. But closer to the time, some more pressing issues arise that should take precedence over those questions, then obviously I'm going to raise that issue. And that is an issue that has occurred. When something happens, I can't now say, no, I still want to know about something that was relevant back then. I need to know about this particular matter now. And we still need to know about this particular matter. The case of Phala will not go away. We won't allow it to go away because that is going to be like betraying the trust that the people of South Africa have put in us or placed in us to hold the President to account and to hold the ANC, the ruling party, to account.
That was Nazir Paulson. He is a Member of Parliament for the Economic Freedom Fighters, and we are here in Parliament. The committee will continue its hearing into the alleged contempt of Parliament that the EFF members are accused of.
Thank you very much, Yazeed Kamaldien, for that report.